Why 70% of AI transitions fail, and the agentic cure. Most AI transitions are stuck in pilot purgatory, burning capital on tools that don't talk to each other. In 2026, the mirage of productivity is finally evaporating. Every revolution has its graveyard. Today, 70% of AI transitions are failing because leaders are treating generative intelligence like a faster typewriter rather than a new workforce. We are moving from the era of chatbots to agentic workflows. If you aren't seeing ROI, you're likely caught in the mirage, the gap between potential and execution. A classical transition is like a librarian reading one book at a time. An agentic framework is the entire library working together to write the next chapter. The first failure point is pilot purgatory. Companies launch endless small tests that never scale, creating a fragmented ecosystem where data silos go to die in the dark. According to Microsoft's case studies, industrial-scale AI requires more than just a subscription. It requires a fundamental shift in how we perceive the silicon workforce. Think of your AI agents as interns with infinite memory but zero intuition. Without a decision-dense workflow redesign, you are simply giving a Ferrari to a toddler. To escape the mirage, we must master I-human orchestration. This isn't about replacement, it's about a conductor leading an orchestra where half the players are made of code. Digital transformation today isn't just about software. It's about redefining business models to optimize for digital resilience and a culture of constant, iterative innovation. We start by measuring cycle time reduction. Qualitative gains are nice, but in the 2026 landscape, if it doesn't compress the time to value, it is strictly considered a vanity metric. Look at the technical demystification offered by Hugging Face. The architectural shifts towards smaller, specialized models are outperforming the massive, generic God models of the past. The silicon workforce must be managed with the same rigor as human capital. You wouldn't hire a VP without a job description. Don't deploy an agent without one. We are seeing a pivot from the threat of disruption to the opportunity of strategic frontiers. Those who automate the mundane gain the cognitive surplus to innovate. Mastering digital resilience means building a stack that can survive the shattered norms of 2026. It is about fortification of the digital realm against mounting complexity. StartU's insights suggest that the most disruptive startups are those identifying sector-specific growth opportunities rather than chasing general-purpose AI trends that offer no real moat. When we look at cybersecurity, foundational knowledge is no longer optional. Operational integrity depends on safeguarding data at every single point of the agentic interaction. Implementation of resilient infrastructures, as outlined by Gartner, requires following IT best practices that account for AI-generated code and automated system vulnerabilities. The batch from deep learning highlights that OWL's true power is reshaping industries by enhancing human potential, not just by cutting costs in a race to the bottom. A decision-dense workflow redesign means mapping every touchpoint where AI makes a choice. If the human is the bottleneck, the ROI mirage will continue to persist indefinitely. Imagine a supply chain that predicts its own failures. That isn't science fiction. It is the result of shifting from reactive IT to proactive AI-driven operational strategy. McKinsey 2026 standards suggest that winners will be defined by their agentic ROI, the measurable output of AI agents operating with minimal human supervision and maximum alignment. The singularity trajectory suggests exponential growth in technology, but our organizational structures are still linear. This tension is where the 70% failure rate actually originates. You cannot solve a 2026 problem with a 2020 mindset. Tools like Sentinel-1 remind us that maintaining integrity in an AI-first world requires a complete security overhaul. Let's look at the concrete physical analogy of a power grid. Your AI is the electricity, but without the right wiring, you're just going to cause a fire. To avoid the fire, we must cultivate a culture of innovation that values digital trust. PwC highlights that protecting critical assets is the cornerstone of any transformation. Many CEOs ask, when will the AI be ready? The truth is, the AI is ready. The question is, Is your organizational structure flexible enough to actually use it? Pilot purgatory ends when you stop asking what I can do and start asking what your business needs to do better, then applying I as the scalpel. Sector-specific growth is the new gold rush. Whether it's healthcare, finance, or logistics, the specialized agent is the one that delivers the most significant, measurable impact. Strategic insights from MIT Sloan emphasize that we must redefine business models from the ground up to support the sheer speed of AI-driven data processing. Measuring success requires a dual-track approach. Track the quantitative speed of the AI, but also the qualitative growth of the human team's strategic capabilities. If your team is spending more time fixing AI mistakes than doing work, you have failed the orchestration test. You have created a burden, not an asset. The vanguard of artificial intelligence is moving towards self-correcting systems. These are architectures that learn from their own errors in real time without needing a human prompt. This shift represents the trajectory toward the singularity. We are building the scaffolding for a world where technology moves faster than our ability to document it. Operational integrity is the vanguard of 2026. If you cannot trust the output of your silicon workforce, the entire structure of your digital transformation will eventually collapse. We must move toward digital realm fortification. This means using AI to defend against AI, creating a resilient infrastructure that evolves as fast as the threats. The batch analysis from experts shows that AI doesn't just automate tasks, it creates new categories of work that we haven't even named yet. That is the opportunity. To capture this opportunity, leaders must become cognitive architects. They must design the flows of information between human brains and silicon processors to maximize creative output. Forget the hype. Look at the real-world case studies. The companies winning are those that integrated AI into their core mission, not those that added it as a plug-in. A quantum leap in productivity isn't a gift. It's a discipline. It requires the IT best practices of Gartner combined with the strategic vision of MIT Sloan researchers. Stop chasing the God model. Start building the agent army. Small, specialized, and interconnected tools are the secret to breaking out of the 70% failure statistics we see. The cycle time reduction is the pulse of your business. If the pulse is slow, the AI is just a decorative ornament on a dying corporate body. Speed is life. We are witnessing the technical demystification of the black box. We now have the tools to see why AI makes decisions, which is vital for high-level trust. Trust is the currency of 2026. Without it, your customers will flee and your employees will resist. Digital trust must be engineered into every single AI interaction. Foundational knowledge is your shield. Understanding the Cybersecurity 101 of the AI era ensures that your rapid growth does not leave you vulnerable to catastrophic data loss. The roadmap to 2026 is paved with the failures of the past 3 years. We have learned that morale is not better AI. Only aligned AI wins. The mirage ends when you stop looking at the horizon and start looking at your feet. Step 1, redesign the workflow. Step 2, empower the human. Step 3, scale. The future is a collaboration between two different types of intelligence. One is carbon-based and creative. The other is silicon-based and tireless. Together, they are unstoppable. Don't let your transition become a statistic. Move from the threat of being replaced to the opportunity of being amplified. The agentic era has only just begun. The tools are here. The research is clear. The only thing missing is your willingness to dismantle the old to make room for the exponentially better new. Mastering the 2026 roadmap doesn't stop here. For our Spanish-speaking innovators and deep dives into Europe and Latin American tech landscape, join our sister hub at Experto Tech. Knowledge is power in every language. Channel powered by generative AI architecture.